So, out of any show in the history of shows,
Okay.
what is your top part that you want to play?
My top part that I want to play.
Yeah.
This is like a theater question.
Yes.
Interesting.
All right.
Coming from a Wonder Woman, too.
Coming from Wonder Woman, which has not been made into a theater, a play as of yet that I know of.
Fine, I'll narrow it. Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Would you ever do Shakespeare?
Yeah, I mean, I've done Shakespeare before. I don't know all of Shakespeare, though, so I can think of a few plays off the top of my head. You're getting me deep. I'm going to go away from Shakespeare because I know non-Shakespeare better.
Yeah.
I've never done a Sondheim show, so I would want to do something Sondheim. So, I mean, I probably would say Company, play Bobby and Company. I'm a little too young, but maybe in like 10 years or so. 5 years. I'm not technically too young, but
Well, depending.
Shave the
They're
face.
casting a young Higgins in My Fair Lady.
They certainly
So,
are.
I mean,
Try to make that a love story and a little less pedophile-y. Because let's be honest. The guy's like 40 years older than her. Which is like, hey, listen, I'm not judging. But yeah, that's my answer. Final answer. You don't need to use your lasso of truth. That's the truth.
We have some questions over here, and then there's more in the back, but I promise these
Let's
guys.
hear from Clyde over here.
Hi.
I think we're on Facebook Live. Hi, Mom.
Hi. So, would you ever be willing to do a Bonnie and Clyde revival? Because I would die to see that.
Ooh. You know, maybe like something limited if it was the right thing and if Laura did it with me, but that, I don't know. Yeah, I probably have a few more years left in me where that could be possible, but it would have to be the right thing.
That makes sense.
So I don't know. But maybe. Yeah.
I got Batman back there.
Bad hat.
Bat hat.
Watch out, it's the Bat Hat. It's the Bat Hat.
So I have two small questions.
All right.
So number one, what Superman-related characters do you want to be on the show?
Okay.
And number two, when you got the part of when did you think the character was going to become Toyman?
Well, I'll start with that one. I sort of, well, when I got the character, the idea of Toyman being my dad wasn't a thing. So, yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, that's gonna be eventually what happens. And then, like, episode 10, it was my dad. I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe not. And I talked to the creators about it early on, and they were like, we're not really sure because you're like such this like lovable character. It would be like it would take a lot to push you to that way. And I said, well, then friggin' push it. But then they did it, but I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of struggling with sort of family history and like pushing it all down and then seeing what happens when it finally boils back up. As for Superman character, oh, got a little reverb. Hi. I mean, as for Superman characters, we have a lot of great ones on the show. Trying to think. I mean, I don't know why this always comes to mind, but my favorite one always growing up was the original Brainiac, which is like, I don't know why, but I always loved that character as a kid because I just thought he looked so weird. But it's been a while since I've thought about Superman characters that aren't on the show. We're so stuck on the show.
Did
so
you
I'll have to
grow up
think about it and
watching
come back to you.
the animated, the Bruce Timm versus Justice League and
Yeah,
Superman
but it's
and
like,
Batman?
I can't remember so much of that. Super Friends. Oh yeah, the whole Super Friends thing is because of that TV show. Like, we were all about that growing up.
The best.
Yeah. Who else?
Oh.
Let me hear.
Out of all
Hey,
the roles, out of all the roles you've played, what is your favorite?
Ooh. I'll probably have to say Jack Kelly when I did Newsies.
Some Newsies
Only
fans
because
here.
I knew some people would scream, and that part was fun. time to make me like, no, but honestly, like it was kind of the role that sort of started everything off for me in terms of like moving forward with my career and sort of, you know, getting to expand and do different things other than Broadway. Like it kind of put me on the proverbial map. So yeah, and I also just loved doing it. I mean, it was the very first time I read the lines, and we did a reading of it early on before there was ever a show, and it just felt like I felt connected to it immediately. I didn't really have to, you know, sometimes you have to sort of find it and sort of like really understand like, okay, where am I going to put, and for that, it was just like clicked in right there. So I loved it. Ow. Ooh.
I have two kind of unrelated questions.
Let's hear them.
What is your favorite song and scene from the musical Crossover? And what is your current favorite Broadway show?
Current song and scene from musical Crossover. Put a little love in your heart. Easy. Done. What's the second question? What's the second show?
You should sing it. What is your favorite Broadway show currently?
Currently? Oh, jeez. Currently, that's on Broadway. Probably Book of Mormon. I'm a big comedy person, so that's my jam. Yeah. I also really love Waitress. I haven't seen all of them though. I live in Vancouver. Dance Stand's not currently on Broadway.
Which was your favorite Newsy song to perform every night and why?
Santa Fe, easy. Act 1 finale, man. You get to close the act with like this big, massive sort of thing. Guys, I'm not saying.
We had to talk about this earlier. He's got Supergirl to do. You know, he gets blown out his voice.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. He really.
I'm trying to cover it
work
up
on that one. He didn't put a lot of thought into that. What's up, dude?
Okay, so do you have any like words of wisdom for someone trying to follow in your footsteps and become a famous actor like you?
Okay, well, first word of wisdom: don't try to become a famous actor. Now, that being said, you can definitely try to become an actor, but fame should not be your goal. Which I'm sure that's not what you meant, but just a word of wisdom. You know, honestly, like, I think the thing that has sort of set me apart and sort of pushed me forward was, and I tell everybody this, was taking risks, right? So imagine there's you and there's like 4,000 other yous, and they're all as good as you, or as good looking as you, or as tall and handsome and pretty and beautiful, or whatever. They're all good, right? So why should it be you, right? So you have to do something that sets you apart. So find what makes you unique and then like exploit it. And then if that doesn't work, just think way outside the box. Do something memorable, right? Something that they're gonna walk away with and be like, oh, that guy that did that, like that was so weird and it didn't make any sense, but like I liked him and he was really trying to do something different, and because they're sitting there seeing the same thing every day when you're doing an audition. Aside from that, I mean, work hard and learn how to take no for an answer, and then don't take it for an answer at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes. Good advice.
Because you're gonna get a lot of no's, and you got to learn to deal with it. But at the same time, you can't let that beat you. Who's next?
Over here. Are we going to see the Music Meister again? Would you be interested in doing
the Music Meister again?
Yeah,
Old
do you want to do
Chris?
another episode like that?
I don't know. I mean, maybe down the line. I don't think they originally meant to do it more than once, but it was such a big success, so we'll see. I mean, this year that huge crossover kind of took a lot out of everybody. We've recently had a little bit of a turnover creatively with one of our executive producers, so they're gone, and so things, you know, might be taking an interesting turn. I think for the better, and I don't know if the musical idea will come back up or not, but you know, maybe I'll mention it. I'll say, dude with the beard in Boston said so. Yes.
Okay, so one of them is more of a statement, but I have two kind of questions.
Okay, state first.
The last 5 years on Broadway with you as Jamie and Betsy both as Kathy.
Okay. I don't think it. I mean, sure. It's not really a Broadway style show. That's why
okay.
it's never made it there, because it's just a two-hander. But I like how you think.
And the question is, do you like Dear Evan Hansen?
Sure, I love Dear Evan Hansen.
Mike Feist, Newsies for Life. Thank you.
Oh wow. Throwdown. No, I saw it. I haven't seen it on Broadway. I saw it at Second Stage. It was great. It's still in its early stages though, so I'd be interested to see how much it's grown since then.
Okay, so I've heard that you and the rest of the Superhero cast are like very goofy and silly.
We're the goofiest.
What was your favorite on-set moment that was just really funny or you just laughed really hard at?
Oh man, there are so many.